supposed to say a few words, if you don't mind, right? A few words.
Go ahead.
First of all, we welcome the senators as a really very important, timely visit, and this testimony of friendship, solidarity, also political signal. And really it's consistent, continuous support, we value very much. And not only it should be so both-sided process, we trust and rely on the support from the United States, needless to say, but we also have the opportunity reminding that we will do and are doing our best in order to, so to say, focus on the challenges which are around in many places in the so to say, around the globe. Definitely we are more concerned about the events that are happening in our neighborhood, but really you can also rely on us in whatever challenges will be ahead of us, because we are all standing by and acting accordingly. So thank you very much, Senators, for your visit.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Minister, and it's nice to see an old friend, and it's wonderful to come back to Vilnius, and it's wonderful to see the people celebrating the holidays. These are most challenging times. We came from an election that is different than any other in the history of our country, and that is that our process was attacked. And all of our intelligence agencies have publicly stated that it was a Russian attack on the fundamentals of our democracy. If you can change the outcome of election, then you can destroy democracy. We know that there are challenges and pressures that you and the people are experiencing, and we are here to express our solidarity, our friendship, our commitment to NATO, our commitment to our relationship, and we are very proud of the work that your military and our military is doing together. And we go back to our colleagues in the Senate with the belief that we need to have a permanent presence here, and that is one of the many messages that we bring back when we go back into session in the beginning of next month.
Great. Well, thank you so much. We've had a wonderful visit with your president, your prime minister, your defense minister, and we're just so impressed by the work that's going on here. The fact that you're going to, in a year or so, put 2% of your budget into defense, your strong support for NATO, the fact that you've stood by when we have had to impose these sanctions, and you've done that not just strongly, but you've done it successfully in finding other markets and keeping your economy strong. And then, as Senator McCain said, we just experienced something that we'd never thought would happen in America, and that is a foreign country, Russia, attacking our democracy, attacking our election process. And one of the things we'll come back with from this trip is to explain to our colleagues and the people in Washington that this wasn't just an attack on one political party, not just an attack on one election or one country. You've seen this movie before in Lithuania. You've had hacking and cyber attacks and propaganda from Russia, just as Estonia has and other nations, Ukraine. And we really see it as an attack on democracies across the world, and that's why we must respond.
Yes, thank you. One question?
Political service. I have a question to Senator McCain. You were talking about new sanctions over Russia needed because of these attacks. Could you explain what sanctions can be imposed and how it may affect the Baltics, as Mr. Graham mentioned in President Scali's?
First of all, it's remarkable and wonderful that Lithuania has been able to recover from the effects of the previous sanctions that were imposed as a result of the invasion of Crimea and Ukraine. And that's been really remarkable and a testimony to the good work of the government and people. There's a variety of additional sanctions, including personal sanctions, that the people around Vladimir Putin. There's a number of areas where we still could curtail some of their activities, both commercial and otherwise. So I believe that, and also particularly on the financial institutions. I think we could also, by the way, expose some of the corruption that exists in Russia. Arguably, one of the wealthiest people in the world today is Vladimir Putin. I don't think he got there because of his salary, and so there's a lot of corruption in Russia. I think we know a lot about that. I think we could publicize that. There could be further investigations as the Russian mafia continues to operate. So I think we have a lot of options, and I think the Congress will be considering all of those. But to do nothing in response to an attack on the United States of America, which in at least a narrow definition is an act of war when you attack another country, then I think would be a serious, serious mistake.
And this is going to be bipartisan. That's why we're here together, Democrat and Republican. You'll see today that President Obama is rolling out some initial response to this, and also just using tools with an executive order so that in the future we can respond more quickly when it's an attack on our election. We've always said if it's an attack on our critical infrastructure, we will respond. Well, an election system is critical infrastructure to any democracy, and that's something I believe the White House will be addressing today.
Thank you.
Okay.